Adam Brettle jailed for life after murdering girlfriend in frenzied knife attack. Adam Brettle, 24, described as a controlling and violent man, pleaded guilty to the murder of Samantha Gosney at her flat on Swan Avenue, Derbyshire Hill. A judge at Liverpool Crown Court ruled he must serve a minimum sentence of 19 years and 191 days in prison. Samantha, a 29-year-old mother of two, was stabbed 21 times during the attack on Saturday, November 24, 2018. Brettle, from Warrington, went on the run following the murder, sparking a manhunt. During the savage attack, Samantha suffered wounds to the neck, chest, and back, with 15 of them capable of being fatal. Brettle had been in a relationship with Samantha for 18 months before her death and was described as someone who spent money on cannabis daily. The court heard how the catalyst to Samantha's murder was her attending her grandmother's funeral 2 days previously against Brettle's wishes. Prosecuting Anne White QC said the funeral was obviously a trigger point. She did go to the funeral, which took place on Thursday, November 22, and the gathering afterwards at the Eagle Sports Social Club. It was said Brettle contacted her more than once while she was at the funeral, and that Samantha told another mourner that he kept ringing her and that he would go mad because he just wanted her to go home. As she said this, she was crying and appeared very unhappy. One of Samantha's neighbours told police Brettle had called her that evening and was very out of sorts and had asked to use her phone to call for a taxi. Brettle was described as pacing up and down, saying he hated Samantha and how she could be talking to all these men. She won't answer her phone. When Samantha returned home that evening, Brettle assaulted her and she later texted her cousin saying, "He's beating me, I got black eyes. Help me, please." The court was told how on the morning of Saturday, November 24, Samantha was stabbed while she was on the phone to police after calling 999. In the call, she gave her address and indicated that she wanted Adam Brettle to leave. Brettle's voice could be heard in the background. Mrs. Gosney then emitted a terrible scream and told the call handler that he had a knife and had stabbed her. The prosecution added, "It is, quite simply, an horrific and deeply distressing audio recording to listen to." When police arrived at the house, she was found lying naked in a massive pool of blood. A paramedic described the attack as pure butchery. 2 knives were found in the bedroom, one akin to a butter knife and by the wardrobe, a kitchen knife, of which there was no doubt was the weapon used to kill Samantha. The court was told how after the brutal murder, Brettle fled the murder scene on Swan Avenue. He swiped a bottle of water from a teenager, using it to swill blood off his hands. Brettle, 24, then began calling and texting his family telling them he had done something and needed money, refusing to say exactly what had happened. He met his grandmother in the car park of a Premier Inn in St Helens, where she handed him £150. She said it was nothing unusual because he was always asking for cash and his family routinely needed to pay off drug debts caused by his cocaine and cannabis use. After meeting with his grandmother, Brettle went into Wigan Town Centre, on the run from police after knowing Samantha had called 999 during his frenzied attack. At some point during that afternoon, Brettle spoke to his dad on the phone and told him he had killed Samantha, prompting his family to call police. Just a few hours after butchering his girlfriend of 18 months, Brettle ran into a witness called Liam Hart at 2 p.m. in Wigan. Mr. Hart was in the town with a friend and Brettle approached them, asking if they could get him some cocaine. They said no and thought nothing more of it until later that night, when they encountered him outside a bar on King Street where Brettle was running about waving his arms and saying, "I'm off my head, boys." He appeared to be under the influence of some things on the first night of a 2-day bender spent evading police. The next day, Brettle was captured on CCTV at Harry's Bar in Wigan, where he could be seen chatting up a barmaid at 9:40 a.m. A barmaid who spoke to police said he was friendly and cheeky and that he was laughing and joking with her and flirting with her while looking unkempt. Brettle told the barmaid about himself and at one point said, "I wish my girlfriend had a body like you, less than 24 hours," after driving a knife into her neck, back and chest. The barmaid said Brettle continued to compliment her and be suggestive, as well as asking for baby wipes to clean himself up, saying he was now homeless. He stayed at the bar until her shift finished at 3 p.m, and the prosecution said after this encounter, he travelled to North Wales by means unknown. He was finally captured on November 26, when police were called to an incident at the Wetherspoons in Ryle, where locals apprehended a man who snatched a mobile phone from someone's hand and ran off. Brettle told the officer his name was Christopher James and that he was born on December 19, 1995, but when he was arrested and taken to St Asaph police station, officers could find no record of him. An appeal had been circulated by Merseyside police, and officers quickly realised the man they had in custody was Brettle, who was wanted over Samantha's murder. Brettle appeared emotionless in the dock, while Judge Neil Flewitt QC sentenced him to life in prison at Liverpool Crown Court. He was handed a minimum sentence of 18 years and 191 days, after which he will be eligible for parole.